Hey everybody, it's Rob Jolliffe. It's time for another Ask the Experts. So let's get into it. Okay, today I want to talk about Business Central pricing. I'm Rob Jolliffe. I'm president of Sabre Limited. I'm an expert in supply chain and Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. And today what I want to do is I want to get into Business Central pricing. So I'm making a couple assumptions. If you're watching this video, you're a manufacturing company and you're investigating ERP system or maybe CRM in the mid-market and would just like to know more about Business Central. If you want to talk to me after this video, just go down, look in the description. There's a link to my calendar. You can book a call with me and I can answer any questions. I love having people reach out to me after watching videos and just talking to me about what they saw in the video and getting clarification. So please don't hesitate. I'm an open book. What we're going to do today is a summary of the costs and kind of like licensing explanation for Microsoft Dynamics Business Central for a small business. Okay, let's get into it. Business Central. There are two versions of Business Central. All the users that you subscribe to have to be the same version. And all the licenses, for the most part, are named user licenses with the exception of device licenses. Okay. Why are they named users? Because they're associated with your Microsoft Dynamics 360, your Microsoft Office 365 user account. So you don't want somebody randomly reading your emails who happens to be sharing your license, because the licenses are assigned to those users, and that's how Microsoft handles licenses today is in this system. Your licenses are named users. Okay. So we have Business Central Full Users is the first license type, and it comes in two flavors. It comes in Premium and Essentials. And you must have everybody using the same version. So without getting into too much depth, Essentials handles everything virtually any business needs, except, I would say, very hardcore manufacturing. So if you are a production manufacturing environment where you have a lot of production equipment, you're scheduling jobs through, you're running batches of production, those batches of production are going through on a regular basis. Some parts are going out for outside servicing and coming back in, and you're tracking that along the entire business, and they take often multiple times, multiple processing steps over multiple days over large batch quantities to complete. You're going to be looking at Premium for the manufacturing modules. The other area, which is less oriented towards manufacturing, although there are some manufacturers who do it, is if you're a service company, meaning you have trucks that you roll and you service equipment or service locations out in the field. So the field service or the service management module of Business Central is pretty good. It's augmented by some other add-ons that are available. And then more recently, Microsoft has begun moving the Dynamics 365 field service module to become a companion product of Business Central. I'll deal with that in a different video. There are two other types of licenses that are important to know about. One is called a team member license, which is $8. I have the Canadian prices here, by the way. If you review the video, you can see the Canadian prices in smaller text. So the team members are read-only users, best way to think of them. And then the other type of user is a device license for $40, and that's a tablet, handheld, or kiosk user. And I'll get into that in more detail as well. There is a document that explains everything, by the way, that I'm going to talk about when I get into those license details, called the Dynamics 365 Licensing Guide. This is the URL. I'll hold here for a second. We'll put this in the description below. But if you really want to find the most up-to-date version of it, I recommend you just search for Dynamics 365 Licensing Guide. That'll give you the most up-to-date version of this information. Okay. One last little comment before I jump into the features of device licenses and team licenses. These prices I'm giving you are 1 year sort of commitment pricing. So take them, multiply them by 12, and that's what your cost is. You are obligated to them. There is also the ability to go month to month. And in seasonal businesses where you might have 10 users that you are 100% know are always going to be there, but another 10 who come and go during the season, adding the month-to-month licenses is allowed. You can have a mix, and those month-to-month licenses can be added and removed every month. So you could have 3 months with 20 users. As long as 10 of them are the month-to-month licenses, you could have 9 months with 10 users. All right, device licenses. Device licenses are used only in special use cases. This is kind of quasi-enforced by Microsoft, so it's a little bit of honor system, But basically, device licenses are only to be used for kiosk type applications like a point of sale, cash register, store manager within a store where there'd be multiple store managers. They're all using one computer. Shop floor, MES type activities, collecting time, collecting production quality information, reporting the consumption and the output of produced parts. And then warehouse devices for shipping. So this would be your handheld scanner, gun with a barcode scanner, and usually has a pistol grip. And it's for shipping and receiving and moving materials around and doing inventory counts. So device licenses are used for that. And the difference between a device license and a named user license is device licenses are assigned to the device, and any number of employees can use that device. But they can only use it for these purposes. They cannot use them as general purpose, do whatever type of transaction you want. Team members. It's best to think of team members as read-only. I warn customers when they're looking at getting Business Central that team members have quite limited capabilities. But there are a few things they can do and that can come in handy. So they can edit existing records. So if you had a person whose job was to update customers and make sure their contact information is correct, team member probably could do that. Team member couldn't create a new contact though. So as long as the customer had contacts, they could assign them. If they needed to add new contacts, somebody else would have to do it. They can edit their own data, things about them, their employee record. They can edit and create quotes. This is useful because a purchase quote can be used as a requisition. So you could use the team member for people who need to requisition materials, but otherwise they're really not doing anything in the system. You can also use it for a salesperson who creates quotes. But remember, they can't create contacts, so that's a limit. You can enter your time cards into project work, service order work, and assembly orders through the team member license, and you can use add-ons from third parties with some limits. As a general rule of thumb, if you're going to get a third-party add-on that adds some sort of capabilities to the system, and an individual needs to use that third-party add-on but not other features of Business Central, I'll give you an example. If there was a maintenance crew, and the maintenance crew members were going to go into a maintenance package that was an add-on to put in maintenance information, they would be able to use a team member license. So hopefully I have successfully simplified and explained Business Central licenses for you. I really thank you very much for staying to the end and watching the video. If you are interested in further videos from Sabre Limited, please subscribe and follow our channel. We love it when you ring the bell to be informed of new content, and we do try and release content regularly. So keep your eye on our channel. If you'd like to contact us, this is some contact information. I put my LinkedIn in here. As I mentioned before, my calendar link is down in the description of this video, so feel free to book a calendar meeting with me. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.